Good morning. How are you going this morning? I hope everyone is well. Let me get this up. We're going to shift things up a little bit today. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy what I've got in store. Pop that down there. I'll just wait for a moment before everybody gets on. Good morning, Karen. How are you this morning? That's a little bit crooked. Let's see if I can't fix that up a bit. That's better. That's better. I kind of line myself up with the picture rail behind me, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Morning, Vicky. How are you this morning? So while everyone gets on, once you do get on, say hi. And good morning, Rob. This one's for you this morning. Say hi. Just got back from the walk. Nice. This will be perfect. This will be a perfect little transition from your walk. Very nice. All right. So I thought I would switch it up a little bit today and do some chair yoga. So I've done this maybe twice, I think, in the past, well, since we've been going in this group. So I thought today would be a good opportunity to do some chair yoga. Just getting my chair. Well, no worries, Vic. Take your time. All right, so if you think that chair yoga is not your thing, I challenge you today, or when you're doing this replay, to give it a go and see what happens, see what you think. Because, you know, we're even though, you know, we're sitting on the chair or using the chair, you can actually make it quite a strong practice, some of the poses, if that's what you would like to do. But, you know, again, if you are one that just generally is more inclined to go toward a stronger practice, then again, I challenge you just to pull that back and try out the chair practice, and not even in the most the strongest way possible for you. You know, maybe just pare it right back and enjoy the experience of being able to get into and out of these poses with, you know, quite a lot of ease, making it quite gentle for yourself. All right. So hopefully Vic's got her chair and we will get started. So we're going to do some movement, obviously, and then we're going to do a pranayama practice. Between that, we'll do some savasana, but then after savasana, we're going to do some pranayama and then slip into a meditation and finish off with meditation. So I hope you enjoy this one. So wherever, actually, I don't think that's not too bright. Okay, so sitting on your chair, just take your bottom all the way back, but don't lean back and slouch. So we're still upright, but take your bottom all the way back to the back of the chair. Now, if your feet don't touch the floor, you need to get something to pop under your feet so that your feet can be flat on the floor. So that might be a couple of blocks, or a couple of books if it's just the tiniest bit, or even a folded blanket, something like that, something that you can plant your feet on. Okay, so when you're ready, Just closing down your eyes, if that's comfortable. Otherwise, just a soft gaze, of course. Take a few sighs. And let your legs relax. And when you do that, they'll probably just fall out, just fall open just a little bit. Let your legs relax, but stay upright in the spine. And just wiggle your toes around and your feet and feel the contact beneath your feet with the floor. And then settle them into stillness. Feel where the backs of the legs come in contact with your chair, where your bottom comes in contact with your chair. And let go of the weight of your torso down into your sit bones. And just notice how, with relaxed legs, with an upright spine, with that contact of the floor beneath your feet and the chair beneath your bottom and legs, how supported you feel. And now just have a little check-in while you're here. Just being aware of what you brought to the mat today. What's going on for you this morning? And is there anything that your body, your mind, your heart is asking of you this morning? I'm just going to turn my heater off. Just being aware of any little messages that come through. And if, you come up a blank, that's okay. Just listen as you go along throughout the practice. Come to now the rhythm of your breath. And you can just feel your belly moving, or you might like to pop your hands on your belly. That's always quite nurturing, popping your hands on your belly. But if you don't like doing that, that's okay too. You can just leave them on your lap. Just feeling your belly, your body, your breath. And as we move through the practice today, I'd like you to take notice of your words that come through, that conversation that you have with yourself. And just being aware of any negative type of thoughts when it comes to your practice. When it comes to how you talk to yourself. And can you just be kind? So pull yourself up on it in a kind way. Don't, pull yourself up and say, oh, don't say that to yourself. That's a silly thing to say. Or, just recognize if you have said something, you've had a little bit of negative self-talk. Just recognize it. And then, maybe you can reframe whatever it is that you've said to yourself. Or just recognize it and let it go. Understanding that it's not pleasant. It's not serving you to speak to yourself like that. And even if you have an aversion to slowing down your practice like this, in this way, using a chair, can you recognize that need to do more? Just extending the breath a little more now. Bring your hands down by your sides. Keep that breath going. I'm just going to start with one lift of the arms. So when you're ready, inhale the arms out and up. Maybe you look up and bring your hands to your heart center with the exhale. Follow the thumbs with the eyes. And just reaffirming that you're going to be kind to yourself today. Place your hands on your knee and start to slide them down your legs and fold yourself down. Just maybe you give your legs a little massage, like feel the contact of the legs with your hands. However far you get is enough. And hang out there just for a few breaths. Feel the breath in the back body. And slide your way back up. Again, feel the contact of your legs beneath your hands. And can you now open the chest and slide your elbows back, squeezing your shoulder blades. Maybe you look up a little and then go down again. Slide the hands down, rounding the back. Feel the contact. An inhale and an exhale here. And slide back up. Elbows come all the way back. Hands might get all the way up to the hips or up to the groins. You open the chest. And one more, slide it down. Inhale and exhale. Slide it up. Open the chest. And relax back to center, back to neutral. Just notice all the subtle little shifts throughout the practice. Nice. Bring your arms again down by your sides, palms facing out. Inhale them up, look up. Exhale them down through the midline. Pausing at the heart center, feel the back of the neck. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Connecting in with the heart center, let your shoulders drop. And then clasp your fingers and inhale the arms, the palms, forward and up. And then out. Bring them back to the center. And again. And out. One more. To the center, to your heart center. Just feeling in. Okay, and now you're going to take an inhale. And when you exhale, take your hands to the left and your gaze to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. So we're not turning the body, we're just taking the hands across. Back to the right. Center. Left. Center. Notice whatever you notice here. Go back to the right last time. You may notice that nerve stretching along the back of the arm to the little finger. Last time to the left. And back to center. Okay, give your hands a shake now. Shake them out. Like you're flicking water off your fingers. Okay. Let's take a moment. And then wiggle forward in your chair just a little. Okay. So I've got, where am I? About that much behind me. So just so that you're comfortable. You don't feel like you're gonna fall off the chair. But just so you're comfortable. Okay, now inhale the arms again, back up. And come into a side bend. So bring the right hand down to the side of the chair and just lean to the right. And up. And lean to the left. Two more times on each side. Follow your breath. So when we're sitting on a chair doing a side bend like this, you may notice your core has to engage to hold you upright while you're leaning over. Ground your feet into the floor. Last time to the left. And bring it up. We're going to go straight into a twist. Twist to the right. So bring your left hand to your knee, or the outside of your knee. And I'll shift right over so you can see. Take your right arm around and rest it over the back of the chair if you have one. Otherwise, just open it out. And just hang out there. Be with your breath. Bring it back to center and change sides now. Right hand goes to the left arm sweeps around. Keep both feet on the floor and your knees forward. Maybe your arms just reaching back, maybe it's resting on the back of the chair. That will depend on your chair. Feel your breath, feel that spiral up the spine. And bring your way back. Just take a moment. Nice. All right, have a little shoulder roll. I'm just going to move my chair back just a tiny bit now. Okay. All right, so still seated forward on the chair. We've just come into some little cat-cows, seated cat-cow. So bring your hands right to your knees and open the chest and straighten the arms. So we're opening and arching the back. And then keeping your arms straight, bend yourself forward and reach your back toward the chair behind you, toward the back of the chair. And then inhale forward and exhale back. And again. One more forward. Once more back. And back to neutral. You might like a shoulder roll if that's something that you think would feel good. That's it. All right. Now pick up your right knee, just like you would be standing. Pick it up and squeeze it in. And then just rocking forward and back a little. Pop it down, grab the other one. You might be rocking over your sciatic. It could, if it's too much, don't rock. That's okay. Okay, pop it down. And give the legs a little bit of a waver from side, or open and close, rather. So you might take your feet a little wider if that's more comfortable for you. That's it. And then twirl your ankle. The other one. Okay. And then take your feet wide, toes pointed out. Okay. And we're just going to sway from side to side a little. So keeping the feet wide and the knees wide, knees pointing in the direction of the toes. So you're just kind of gliding the spine from side to side. Just getting some movement up along the spine, feeling that in the waist, in the ribs. Maybe you want to take the arms out. Maybe you want to keep it close in. Just getting some freedom happening in along the spine and in the ribs. All of those little muscles up along the spine, between each rib. And then come back to center. Notice how that felt. So you might have a little bit of a prana flush going up there now. Bring your feet in. And we're just going to kind of run the feet or tap the feet. Just tapping, having a little run on the spot. You want to add a little bit to this, just raise the arms up. Keep going. Don't forget to breathe. And bring it down and bring it to stillness. Notice how that feels. Okay. All right, so we're going to do a little warrior sequence seated. If you really, really want to do warrior standing, go for it. But just remember how we started the class and our intention. So there's a couple of different variations depending on how open your hips are. So you could we'll start with the left. Keep the left knee forward and open the right out to a right angle. So you've got this right angle at your knees, your legs. And then that's your warrior, okay? And we're gonna dance our warrior. You can do that. You can also, if you want, take that leg back, which means you'll have to glide around onto your right glute. Yeah, and then go from there. That's quite big on the hip, so if it's uncomfortable for you, don't do that. Just keep your leg like this. Okay. All right, so warrior two, bring the arms up. And then come into dancing warrior. So peaceful warrior, we will dance the warrior. So bring it back. Left hand comes to the back leg, right arm goes to the ceiling. And then side angle pose, elbow to the knee, left arm up and over. So now we're stretching. Okay, keep going now. Warrior two, peaceful warrior, side angle pose. Turn the chest. Warrior two, peaceful warrior, side angle pose. Let's do two more. Moving with your breath. Okay, and when you're finished, come back to center. Just take a moment there. Notice whatever you notice. Important to take this pause between sides. What can you feel in your body? Okay, let's change sides. Do the same variation on the other side. So if you were at a right angle, stay at a right angle. If you had your leg back, take this leg back, if it works for you. All right. Warrior two, peaceful warrior, and side angle. Warrior two, peaceful warrior, side angle. Keep going. You could either slow this right down or speed it up. Do you? But notice what's guiding you. And whenever you're ready, you come back to center and take that pause again. Nice. Okay, we're going to stand up. So stand yourself up. Where are we? Yep. And bring your chair to the end of your mat. Okay. Alrighty, so stand in mountain pose first and snuggle your feet in. Just notice whatever you notice here. So you've done, quite a bit of opening and moving through the whole body. How does that feel now? You've done it in a really gentle way. And then take your feet a little wider. I'm going to do triangle pose with the chair. So I've got my left foot underneath the chair. So if you want to start with your left foot. And then a very soft bend in the knee. We don't want to hyperextend the knee, so a soft bend in the knee, and that transfers and up to the pelvis, makes the pelvis a lot more stable. All right, your arms can come out and then tilt at the hips. We're not leaning forward, we're not reaching forward, we're just tilting at the hips, and we're popping our hand on top of the chair and we're opening the chest. So you still should get a bit of a stretch in the inner thigh, but this is a really great pose for the QL muscles too when it's done in a gentle way. You could even bind your arm behind you if you like. And twist up along the spine, reaching out through the crown. Nice. Okay, unbind the hand if that's what you did and push yourself up. I'm going to change sides now, so you'll see the back variation of this for me. So you can just switch sides, but I need to turn. All right, a slight bend in the knee. Arms come up and we just tilt. Hand comes to the chair. You'll see you twist the the chest open. Maybe you look up, maybe you look forward, maybe you look down, whatever suits. Maybe you bind your hand behind you. So we're still keeping the chest and the shoulder rotating up toward the ceiling. Reaching out through the crown. Your feet are engaged on your mat. And watch your breath. Nice. Unbind, push yourself up, and then come to stand in front of your chair in mountain pose. Just checking in. Let's do 3 half salutes here with the chair. So inhale the arms up, nice and slow. Maybe a little back bend if that feels good. And then fold it down, bring your hands to the chair. Maybe your forehead goes to the chair. Press down into the chair, lift up till your arms are straight and lengthen your back. Sorry. Fold it back down and push all the way back up. Okay, 2 more of those. Just follow your breath. Finish with your hands at your heart center when you're ready. Nice. Okay, bring now your left foot underneath the chair and your right foot back. Okay, so we're just going to do warrior 1. So when you bend your knee, bend it just to the chair. Yeah, so you can see I've got my foot underneath the front of the chair, and when you bend, it just comes to the chair, okay? Your back heels down, inhale the arms up. So feeling that opening in the right hip flexor. And then bring your hands to the chair and straighten the front leg. Maybe you can bend your elbows a little. So when I say straight, don't hyperextend the knee. Don't push the knee completely straight that it locks back. Keep a soft little bend in it. And then maybe you fold down. Maybe it's just here. That's okay too. This is quite a stretch. And then bend the knee again. Take it back to the chair and push your way back up to warrior one. Okay, we're going to do 2 more of those. So you might like to even reach forward, if you want to take this a little more, and straighten. Maybe you take it, your forehead toward the floor. Good luck with that. Toward the chair. Bend the knee, push yourself back up. Last one. Nice. Now, with that straight leg, straighten your arms on the chair. Bring your right hand underneath your face. Pop your left hand on your chest and turn to the left. Maybe your hand stays on your chest, maybe you lift the arm up, maybe it stays on your hip, but your left shoulder and your left shoulder blade move back. Nice. Okay, bring it back. Use your hands on the chair. Step back into dog. Just a nice little chair dog. Maybe you want to paddle at your feet or wag your puppy dog tail. Take a pause between sides. Okay, right foot in now. Finding warrior 3 there. Nice and easy. Feel the opening in the left hip flexor. Okay, bring your hands down. So switch on the core so you can reach it forward. Straighten the leg. And take yourself down if that's where you want to go further. Feel free to leave it here. Okay. Secure your feet when you come back up. Secure your core as you pull yourself back up into warrior 1. Okay, and again. Last one. Straighten the arms, supported by the chair. Bring your left hand underneath your face, right hand to the chest and turn to the right. Maybe the arm comes up, maybe it stays here, maybe it's on the hip. We're drawing the shoulder back, drawing the chest open. Revolved triangle. Okay, bring it back. Step back into dog. Wag your tail if you like. Maybe you bend the knees a little. walk your feet in and come into a forward fold on the chair. Maybe you fold your arms, cross your arms, and rest your forehead on your hands. Okay, slowly bring yourself back up. Bend your knees to help support yourself coming up. Mountain pose. And come to sit back on your chair. Okay. So I'm sitting forward a little bit again. Just notice whatever you notice here. And then let's do a pigeon seated. So bring your right foot up to sit on top of your knee, on top of your left knee. If that's too much for you, don't think, oh, I can't do that, I'm going to skip this one. Pop a block on the inside of your leg and do that. Okay? Yep, so you're still getting an opening in the hip. But if you can get your foot on top of your other knee, then sit there like that. Just have a little sway from side to side. Your spine's upright, don't collapse down. And then maybe you come to stillness and lean forward. Just let your torso lean forward just a little, not collapse forward. Spine stays nice and long, but in the hips we hinge forward a little. And it might only be a millimetre. Just be there with whatever sensation you're feeling, so long as it's not pain. If it's pain, back it off, take it off, whatever you need to do. Just being there in your seated pigeon. Maybe you lean a little further forward once that eases. Just playing with your edge here. And then pull yourself back. Let that leg cross over and just turn to the right. Okay, let's change sides, but take a little pause between. Feel the difference between left and right. And then change sides. So take your time here. Let the hips settle in, so you might even need to just hold it up for a little moment first until you can let the weight of the leg go, and little rocks from side to side. Okay, bring it to stillness. And maybe you hinge forward just the tiniest bit. Hang out there for a moment. Relaxing in this pose as much as possible. That's what's going to help you ease into it. Open the hips. Maybe you sink a little further. And come back. Okay. We're going to cross it over and twist to the other side. Come back to center and uncross. Take a little pause here. Maybe realign your seat. And then we're going to fold forward. So maybe your legs are in line with your hips. Maybe you have them a little further apart. Whatever feels more comfortable. But just let yourself fold forward onto your legs and hang your hands or hang your arms. So I've curled my fingers under this way so that the back of my hands can rest on the floor. If you can get to the floor, do that. Maybe you can let your head hang. Maybe you need to hold the head upright a little more. That's okay too. Just feeling the breath. And slowly, slowly bring yourself up. Just check in. How are you feeling, everyone? I hope everyone's feeling all right. I hope you enjoyed that part of the practice. We're going to slip into Savasana now. So you do you. If you want to lay out on the floor in Savasana with a bolster under your knee, do that. If you want to lay out on the floor and pop your legs up on the chair, your calf muscles up on the chair, do that. Maybe you would like to do the whole practice seated here and do your Savasana seated. Either way, make sure that you're warm. Okay? I'm just going to grab this and pop that over my legs. Make sure you're warm. And get yourself snuggled in for Savasana. So if you are seated still, just turn your palms up. So you would normally lay in Savasana with your palms up beside you. Turn them up and just, you know, maybe you can have them here, maybe they're in your lap a little more. Whatever feels more comfortable for your arms and shoulders that you can completely relax. You can sit upright or you can just lay back. So if you're comfortable laying back into the back of the chair, then by all means do that. And just take a moment here, maybe a few sighs. Feel where you come in contact. So if you're on the chair, it'll be your feet, the back of the legs, the bottom, maybe the back on the back of the chair. If you're laying flat on the floor, just notice the mat supporting you, the bolster. And can you just take notice of how your body has responded to this chair practice. And how your mind responded. Was your mind happy with this practice? Could you have gone a little bit more gentle with some of those poses? Or did your mind really want to get going and do a stronger practice? Just be aware of all of that. Did you have any negative thought patterns? Being with your body softening into Savasana. With your mind softening. And then I invite you now to sit up if you're laying on your mat. You can stay on the floor or you can sit in your chair. And if you're laying back in the chair, sit yourself upright. We're going to do a little pranayama practice. And this is one that we did on Saturday at the retreat. It's not one I've done on here before, so you might need to just follow along and see how you go. So what we're going to do, we're going to breathe in for a count of 4. We're going to breathe out as if we're blowing through a straw, like this. I'm going to come a little closer. So we'll breathe out for a count of 8, blowing through the straw, and then the last 2, we're going to close our mouth and breathe out through the nostrils. Now, if 8 is too long, then have a little go at something, maybe 6 and 2. So get yourself comfortable, find the rhythm in your breath. And I'll count on my fingers. Actually, I'll count the first one, I'll just count. So we're going to inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, through your straw, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close your mouth, 9, 10. Inhale. Exhale. Close the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Through the nostrils. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let that go. Just allow your breath to come into a natural rhythm. And can you just sit with the resonance of that practice? That is your meditation anchor. The energy that has brought to your physical body, your mental, emotional bodies, your energetic body, your spiritual body. Just holding that resonance for as long as you possibly can. If your mind gets distracted, just draw it back. Maybe noticing that resonance is starting to fade. Just allowing that now. And bring your awareness to the grounding of your feet, grounding to your chair or the floor. Being aware of how you feel now. So anything in particular that feels different, that feels like something's shifted. Is there anything that's happened here that may change the way you approach your day today? Or maybe there was just a message there of how you could approach your day today. I invite you to bring your hands to your heart center and check in with the energy of the heart center. How do you feel about doing a gentle practice for yourself? How did you feel when or if you had any negative self-talk and you pulled yourself up on it? Giving yourself a bit of love and compassion and kindness. Can you take those three qualities into your day with you? And not only direct them toward yourself, but whoever you come in contact with. And notice the exchange. What you give out is what you get back. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. Tell me what you thought. Did you like that? Did you enjoy it? Was it enough for you? Yeah, even when you, if and when you do this on the replay, let me know what you thought of the practice and how you felt during and after the practice. Yeah, anything that was running through your mind as far as when you found out that it was going to be a chair yoga practice. You know, did you notice thoughts of, oh, that's not going to be enough for me today. I need more than that. Notice those little thoughts. Maybe your mind went, oh, thank goodness, this was going to be nice. Okay. So there's no comments coming up, so I'm assuming you guys are really chilled, so I'm just going to leave you with that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, thanks, Vicky. Lovely, gentle practice. Nice. Good. Enjoy the rest of your day. Robbie says, love this, Joe. Perfect for me. Feel energized and ready for the day. We'll save this. Yeah. So I'll try. I might actually put it up at the top of the page because it is a slightly different one. So that it's easy to find, or I might put the word. I'll put chair practice in the blurb so that you can search chair practice as well. So, and that will be easier to find. Save scrolling all the way through. All right. Thanks, everyone. I hope you enjoy your day. Karen says, my body and mind loved this practice, Jody. Such a perfect way to start my day. I feel much more positive now than when I started the practice. I love the chair practice. We'll definitely do this one again. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you liked it. I love doing chair yoga. I love it. All right, that's great. I'm so happy that you enjoyed it. As I said, if you're on the replay, pop your comments in and let me know what you thought. All right, have a great day, everyone. Take care. Bye.